now we're going to transition to our closing speaker of RA Training. This person is a good friend of mine. He started off as my college basketball coach. We actually went to grad school together, and then he became like really close to me. So give it up for Mark Fox Jr.
So I want to thank, can everybody hear me? Yeah. All right. So first off, I want to thank, did somebody say no? Somebody say no?
I said yeah.
All right, cool. All right. First of all, I want to thank Juwan Collins again for bringing me here. He said, man, when I go to Grand Valley, man, I'm going to get you in there. I know some people. I'm getting connected. I'm going to bring you in. And so here I am. And then also Kristen Evans, she was a person I connected with, and she made this happen. So I just want to thank you all for bringing me here. So from what I understand, you guys have just concluded a rigorous, was it 1 week? 2 weeks. 2 weeks of workshops, presentations, reading through policies, acting out scenarios, scenes, and situations so that you can be calibrated, you can be confident, you can be aware of how do you engage a conflict of some sort. You've been learning and processing all this information, and you've been also probably filling out information about who you are as an individual, learning about yourself in terms of the different parts of your identity, whether it's gender, ethnicity, your salient identities, and also these other, you've been processing a ton, right? For the last 2 weeks and preparing to do something that's really remarkable and very daring, and that is to lead your peers. To lead your peers is no joke. See, oftentimes, without us even knowing, we often want our peers to look a little different than us, right? We want you to be a little older, a little more distinguished, a little more polished, a little bit more mature. Your car should be better than mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want our leaders to look a little different than us. But when our peers look the same as us, it can be tough. It can be tough from the standpoint of the person that's being led by you. It's tough for them to look at you as an authority figure. Now, granted, you've done the training, you've answered the call, you've made a decision. This is what I want to do for this year. Long term, I want to do some things as it relates to developing myself as a leader. So I got to take these steps now so that I kind of I develop those leadership muscles. But then when you have to make a decision or a judgment as it relates to one of your peers, it can kind of come off kind of weird. Now, all of a sudden, do you have the same confidence and conviction that you had when you were doing the workshops and you were doing the exercises? Do you have that same confidence and conviction when you have to now address the situation with some people that may be older than you, maybe by a year, or maybe even younger than you, or maybe the same age? Maybe these are your friends, or whatever the case may be. It can be tough. And when you really think about it, what you got to do was way different than what Juwan does. Like, real talk, because Juwan can go hide in his office. He can go to his door. He can go to his the way he lives. He can go just disappear. Y'all can't do that, right? There's a lot of things that go into what you got to do. So, say for instance, you have to make a decision as it relates to one of your peers or something like that. You got to sit with this person at the cafeteria. You got to sit with this person in class. If you're playing sports, you got to sit with this person in the locker room. You got to be around these people. If you go out and having a good time, and next thing you know, you're like, man, I just told that person that, it's like so now you got to deal with that. And everybody's got a brand. You're working on your brand right now. You're working on who you are and a lot of as it relates to developing your identity and establishing yourself, right? And so as you start thinking about what you got to do in the situation that you might get yourself into, now you start thinking about, well, how does this compromise my brand? How does this compromise my reputation? How does this compromise what people see me in terms of my loyalty and my commitment to friendship? And even if it's just casual acquaintances, like, you don't want to see somebody that you just had to reprimand, or you had to just address. You want to see that person like when you're trying to hang out and have a good time, right? Somebody like Juwan, man, you just hide out, just disappear. And then you think about the people who have children and families. All right, so they make a decision, right? they get the opportunity to go back to their home and their family can distract them from what took place at work. Now, I'm not saying that they completely forget about it, but if I had to make a tough decision that dealt with a student, but I can go home and talk to my child or talk to my spouse or whatever the case may be, I get a chance to invest in something else. And I can, at the end of the day, I can say, you know what, my kid needs to do his homework or I got to work on the deck because we got a family function coming on this weekend. Now I get a chance to leave my work at work. Y'all can't do that. You know, y'all can't do that. Y'all gotta, whatever y'all going through, y'all gotta y'all gotta stay in the thick of it. So I say all that to say, it's about to get real, real. And you know, anytime you say something twice, you know it's another level. Like we working, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I want to give you a perspective. I want to give you a perspective because what you all don't realize is that the universe is conspiring to assist and serve you. The universe is conspiring to assist and serve you because of what you decided to do for yourself. You've made a decision. You've made a decision. You decided to be intentional and deliberate about this is what I want to do. I want to do this. And because you did, you thought about it. You went to the people that you had to go to ask for the application. I don't know what the application process is like. I'm sure there is one. I'm sure you just can't show up like, yo, I'm an RA. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go through some sort of yellow tape, right? You had to beat out somebody. I'm pretty sure not everybody gets this opportunity, right? And so then you got to make sure that your behavior is good. You got to make sure that you're being a model citizen, a model student, whatever the case may be. Then you got to come to this training. And when you come to this training, the posture starts. You know, your posture's, you know, you got to maintain some sort of level of, posturing and modeling, like letting everybody know, like, I'm built for this. Because you can't come here and act a fool. They're going to kick you out. Like, no, you're not about to run this dorm, this living center. This living center, all right? I almost screwed it up, almost. It would come out, living center. So with that being said, you made a decision. And so because you made a decision, the universe is going to conspire to assist and serve you. But this is what we know about the universe. When the universe starts giving us these opportunities, the opportunities aren't always packaged the way we like them. Right? That'd be awesome if every time you said, listen, I want an opportunity to be on this stage. It'd be awesome if every opportunity was a star-studded and it came just the way you like, right? But it don't happen like that. You know, I decided a long time ago I wanted to be a speaker. Let me tell you, man, I've been in some spots in front of some folk, right? It ain't been as nice as this. I've been in some situations, right? Right? But the universe was saying, you said you wanted it, right? Here it is. Here's your opportunity. What you gonna do with it? Your stage is over there. It's reserved for you. I got your stage, but I'm giving you this one right now. So if this is what you're gonna do it, right? So this is what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you this perspective, this idea that can help you kind of navigate and understand the highs and lows, the peaks and valleys of the whole process. And what we will learn, hopefully, for this time is there really aren't any highs and lows and peaks and valleys. I use that at first to kind of give you a visual, but when we get into it, you realize there are no highs and lows and peaks and valleys. Everything just is, right? So what you have in your hand is this little cheat sheet. This is my cheat sheet to make sure I remember everything I got to say, but also it's your cheat sheet so you can help follow you. And you might be something on this sheet that might resonate with you. Now listen, this is a loaded piece of paper because the concepts are loaded, but I'm gonna fly through some of the things and hopefully I get done rather quickly so that if there's an opportunity to ask questions objective and about what you heard, maybe we can have some quick dialogue. So this concept is called flight, all right? Concept is called flight, all right? And flight is having the clarity to live the purpose-centered life with the perspective that all instances are necessary toward fulfillment. I say that again, it's a mouthful. Flight is having the clarity to live the purpose-centered life with the perspective that all things are necessary toward fulfillment. All things, all situations, circumstances, all are necessary toward fulfillment. It's a deep concept, right? So we want to talk about what is clarity, what is the purpose-centered life, and then what is the perspective? What is the perspective, and how does this relate to everything that you guys are about to encounter? Because it's about to get real, right? It's going to get challenging. You're going to be challenged in a lot of different ways. And as I said before, what you're going to go through is actually working for you. And there's going to be some times when you feel like, Marv, you must be out of your mind. How is this working for me? And I'm telling you, everything that you're going to encounter is working for you simply because you made a decision and said, this is what I'm going to do this semester, right? And once you understand this concept, you can start applying it to the different phases of your life, whether it be your relationships, whether it be your work life, whether it be your spiritual life, or whatever the case may be. You can start taking this concept and applying it, and this perspective is going to help you to understand how the world is really working, or the universe is working to give you everything that you asked for. Everybody with me? All right, everybody, I haven't bored anybody yet, right? I promise you, I'm going to give you a couple good jokes, and then I'm going to give you some really, really good content. I want to hopefully make this a really cool experience, all right? All right, so let's get that clarity thing first, all right? Clarity, thoughts are things, and everything starts off as a thought first and springs from a place of mindfulness and clarity, all right? Clarity, thoughts are things, and everything starts off as a thought first, but it springs from a place of mindfulness and clarity. So the greatest thinkers, the best performances, like everything that is awesome and great, it comes from a place of clarity. So how do we achieve clarity? The first thing we have to have is quiet time. We just want to get rid of the noise. Just want to get rid of the noise. Now, you can get rid of the noise on different levels. I was talking to Juwan yesterday when we were hanging out, and I said recently I got off of social media. I was on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, right? So I got off of social media, and I took the apps off my phone. That's just quiet. Now, I still got a lot of noise, right? I still got a lot of noise, you know what I'm saying? But I tried to just reduce some of the noise a little bit so I can find some clarity. I'm going through things too in my life, right? I'm still asking for confirmation and affirmation for my purpose. Am I doing what I was built to do? Am I doing what I was engineered, designed, and hardwired to do, right? So I need that confirmation, that affirmation. I want that evidence. I need that evidence daily. I need that evidence as much as possible, because it don't take much for you to make you think that maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Right? So you want that clarity in your life. So what you need to do is you got to get rid of the noise from time to time. And it's hard, man, because, man, that phone, that rectangle, especially if you pop in, it's your birthday, you might be getting a couple text messages. You know what I'm saying? A couple people may want to holler at you, want to spend some time with you. You like, man, I ain't trying to just ignore all of this. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you got to find a way to get to some clarity, and it's tough because we all want to be wanted, right? I got an iWatch. What's it called? Apple Watch. Yeah, iWatch. I know nothing about technology. I'm doing a study for the University of Michigan. They gave me this thing. That's why I got this thing. So this thing, from time to time, it goes off for a text message. I get a little vibration on my wrist, right? So it was bad when I had the phone. That thing wouldn't go off. I'm like, let me check it. Nobody. Emails, nothing. Text, nothing. But you just get conditioned. Any twitch, you checking your phone. Now it's happening with my wrist. Now I'm doing this 1,000 times a day. Oh, nothing, okay. And I was playing ball the other day. I was playing ball, and I usually have my watch on when I'm training my ball players, and now I find myself looking at my wrist. Like I played ball, took this off, and I was like, yeah, man, y'all got ball. Y'all got ball. Oh, okay, there's nothing on my wrist. Because I just feel it all the time. So sometimes, man, that phone can be so addictive that we'll just check it just because, right? So what we got to do is get rid of the noise, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is the peace of mind piece. Now, this is the heavy piece right here. The peace of mind piece is tough, but this piece right here is super, super, super heavy. Peace of mind. How do we achieve peace of mind? Now, first of all, we'll define peace of mind by a calm state that acknowledges, accepts, and appreciates the positive potential in all of life's situations and life lessons. That's deep. That's deep. Peace of mind. Can I be at peace with what's going on in my life? Because it might not all be good. It might not all be, perfect. The circumstances might be a little rough around the edges. Can I be at peace with them? So how do I find peace of mind? So I got this concept. It's called the A game. You got to use your A game. Right? This is a very clever concept that I came up with in my living room, all right? So I want you to be amazed by it, all right? The A game. I have to acknowledge my situation. I have to accept my situation. I have to appreciate it so I can accelerate. Listen, I came up with this in my living room. I'm going to do it. It might be corny. It's the first time I've done it, but we're going to see how it works, all right? When I talk about my A game, I got some physical movements I'm about to do. Again, this is like new material, all right? And you're going to help me figure out whether or not it should be old material, okay? A game. I got to acknowledge my situation, right? I got to acknowledge it. Then I have to accept it, right? I got to accept my situation. Then I have to appreciate my situation so I can accelerate, all right? We good? So here's what happens. We go through things, and you got to go through things. The worst thing somebody could tell you to do when you've been through something for real is to say, get over it. Just move on. Like you're in a relationship, and that person, for whatever reason, whether you break up with that person breaks up with you, or something crazy happens, and for you to be like, man, like, I don't know what happened, man. It just all, I don't know who would act like this, but like, it is all crumbled in front of me. You know what I'm saying? And for your mans to be like, man, don't worry about it, man. It's a whole bunch of fish in the sea, man. Let's just go out to the club. You're like, bro, it's not, yes, but later on, but like right now, no, we got to handle this, right? It's the worst thing you can tell somebody. And then keep it more 100. There's times when we really go through things. I mean, devastating things. And for people to act like, just to say, just move on, that's bad advice. Now, we can move on. We can eventually accelerate, but we got to go through a process. So the first thing we have to do is have to simply be able to acknowledge the situation. Acknowledge the situation. You go through something, it don't matter if I feel like it's something. If you feel like it's something, it's valid. Right? That's real, right? This is a new thing in higher education with the snaps. All right, okay, all right. Okay, cool. I thought I've been to a couple institutions, they did the snap thing, and I was just like, oh, it was the U of M. Like, this must be a U of M thing. Clearly, it's a higher education. Got it. So anyway, they don't do the second quarter. That's where we're from, yeah. So anyway, the first thing you want to do is you want to acknowledge what you've been through, okay? And if you find it valid, it's real. And what I want to do is I also want to acknowledge the emotion that was triggered because of what I've been through. This is big time. So now this whole process then leads me to my acceptance. Now here's where it gets heavy, right? When we accept what we're going through, we want to at some point be able to accept our emotions so that we can make friends with them. Sounds silly. I'm gonna break it down for you. When we go through things, a lot of times what we do is we detach from the moment. It's like having an outer body experience. We detach from it. So if I go through something and I feel anger and I feel embarrassed, so two of the things that are going to happen is I'm going to detach from the moment. So you can imagine you're me, right? So you're going through it and I'm detaching for the moment. And so what we like to do in those moments when we feel triggered, we like to judge. See, if I detach, I can now point the finger. So I detach and I can point the finger and say, look what they did to us. Look what they did to us, Marv. They made us angry and they embarrassed us. That's what we do a lot. And then sometimes we do it to ourselves. Sometimes we detach and we say, look what you just did to this person. How could you be so irresponsible? How could you be so stupid? We start shaming and blaming ourselves, right? And what we do is sometimes we do this thing called eyeing, I-I-N-G. We start eyeing where it's like, I feel embarrassed or I feel insecure, and then we start to define ourselves by those emotions. I am insecure. I am embarrassing. You feel me? So sometimes when we go through things, we define ourselves by what we feel. No, what I feel and who I am is two totally different things. I feel embarrassed. I feel insecure, but I'm not though. That's how I feel right now, but I know I'm greater than that. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what we do to ourselves, and then what we do to other people, when we say, look at what you did to me. And I always ask the question, what inspires legacy, culture, and behavior? Let's take away the culture and legacy part. What inspires behavior? We all show up some way because of the backdrop of our lives. See, it'd be awesome if I could just show up with a shirt that said, my 3 kids pissed me off this morning. That's why I got attitude. But I can't, right? If I walked into the office and I was like, hey, Judy, what you talking? Huh? What? Give me some coffee. And then she was like, what's wrong with you? My kids pissed me off this morning. Then she'd be like, oh, cool. All right, let me get you some coffee then. Since your kids pissed you off, let me help you out. But we don't get to do that, right? So how we show up is how we show up, but no one is ever really concerned with why does this person show up this way? So what we do is judge. That person's crazy. That person's got a bad attitude. That person's narcissistic, whatever. But the question needs to be, what inspires the behavior? That person didn't just wake up that way. There's some person right now that did something horrible to somebody and took somebody's life. That child, that grown person, as a child didn't grow up like, yeah, man, I'm 3, but I'm about to take somebody's life later on. Nah. Something happened. Something went wrong. Something went left. They lost their mind. They lost their heart, their spirit. And then something crazy happened. So we got to ask, especially in your position, you guys got to constantly ask, what inspires the behavior? Because if I can understand what inspires the behavior, there's a chance that I can get to the core of this individual and help them make some adjustments. You feel what I'm saying? So we go all the way back to, can I accept what's my emotions and make friends with them? So what I do is I want to stay connected. So when I'm going through something, I want to stay connected to what I'm going through. I want to stay connected to my body, and I want to say anger. I forgot the embarrassment. Come here, or insecurity. Come here. Like it's almost like sitting in this chair and be like, yo, man, anger. Why embarrassment? Why are you here, Marv? You know why I'm here, man. Remember when you was 7 years old and your siblings kept mocking you because that one thing you thought was really important, they kept mocking you. And when you were 8, 9, they kept mocking you. And then it made you not want to be passionate about anything, and everything that you was passionate about, you want to try to hide it from everybody else because you felt so insecure because they mocked you and teased you. Yeah, man. And remember how it started to go into other areas of your life? Dude, I've been trying to get your attention for a long time. Now you're 25, still acting like the 7-year-old. I've been trying to get your attention for a long time. So you're like, okay, well, I'm glad you said something. I'm glad you said something. Cool. All right. Anger, where'd you come from? Marv, come on, man. You've been together for so long. Remember how moms and gramps used to act whenever things went wrong and you were watching that behavior and you just kept modeling and you modeled that behavior, and then somehow, you were celebrated for acting out. They thought it was funny. They thought it was cool and cute or whatever, right? Well, you just kept doing it. And no one ever talked to you about it. You never got an opportunity to talk about it. You never got an opportunity to understand its core, its origin, the essence of it. And now here you are, 25, man, and now you got an anger issue. You got an anger problem. So that's when we accept our emotions and we sit with them and we understand them. Now I want to understand the core and the origin of where these things come from. Now I can do something about it. Now I can make some adjustments, right? Now the beautiful part comes. Now I can appreciate what I've been through. This is the breakthrough. Because now everything that I've been through, I'm like, I get it. I get it. I went through all of that. All of these things that are in me, all these identities, all these emotions, I understand it now. This is why I had to get stronger in these areas, because there's something bigger ahead. See, I had to learn this and understand this so that I can go conquer what's ahead of me. Good. So now I can appreciate, now I can accelerate with what I need, leaving back the stuff that I don't. Right? So now all I got in my bag, I got gems, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, love, right? For myself and others. Because now I no longer have to deal with the junk that my beautiful, beautiful gem of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding was covered in a bunch of junk, but I cracked that sucker, man, and I got to the goodness. You see what I'm saying? Now my bag, my pouch, all I got is knowledge, wisdom, understanding, love. Now I got clarity in my life. I got clarity. I got the quiet time and I got the clarity. I'm understanding all these things about myself, and I'm understanding how my past and how my present has been working to build me up, make me bigger, stronger, faster, more explosive for something much bigger than myself, but it's preparing me. Okay, now I'm ready to move into my purpose. My purpose. So now that's the second step. Now we got clarity in our lives. Now we're able to go into our purpose. This is my ish, right? We like to say something else, but we can't. But this is where I get busy. Purpose, the purpose in a life. Oh man, listen, let me tell you something. I was super charged and excited on Monday morning. It's Friday, Monday, I couldn't wait to get here. This is what I live for. This is what I live for, man. Listen, just wait. If I can get up every day and do this, I'm a happy man. I'm a happy man. As long as I know my bills going to be taken care of, I'll go every day talking about purpose to anybody who will listen. So what is our purpose? Our purpose is a combination of genius level talent and passion. Each and every one of you are or has a genius level talent. I believe we get 3 in a lifetime. We get 3 in a lifetime. And if you're lucky, you can snatch on one of them suckers, and then you can just maximize it and use it, right? Genius level talent. There's 4 qualifiers for the genius level talent. The first one is knowledge retention. You got 2 people in medical school. One's going to be a neurologist, the other one's going to be a cardiologist. When the neurologist is learning information about the brain, their ability to retain the knowledge, memorize it, and internalize it is just heightened. The cardiologist can study as hard as he or she wants to. They will never be able to retain the information like the neurologist. Everybody understand where I'm coming from, right? There's some ways in which you just built different, man. And when you get certain information, it don't come out. Like, you know, some information go one ear, out the other. Like with me, I have 0 skills with my hands. Like if you want me to fix if I have to fix anything in my house, it's a wrap. My toilet broke in my crib, right? Just recently. At no point did I think I'm gonna fix this. Now, somebody in my family says, I'm really, really struggling with, what I should be doing in my life. My superpowers. I'm like Iron Man, like I might just suit up, you know what I'm saying? But if you want me to fix anything in your house, I ain't the one. If I can read as much as I want to read and look at all the YouTube tutorials and videos, none of this information will stick in my brain. It's over. It's not happening, right? So there are ways in which we just can retain certain content better than anybody else, right? Or as it relates to other content, right? The other part of it is this works in tandem. You're going to experience an unlimited capacity for specific knowledge or content. So what I mean by that is the space that is available for this specific knowledge is infinite. So there's your ability to memorize and internalize the information, right? Retention itself. Then there is the space in which we want to fill with this specific knowledge. It is infinite. So these things are working in tandem. So like I give you an example. I give you an example that there's a business that has all the technology and all the data to understand how to service its demographic, its clientele, right? But it's limited by the personnel. They're limited by their budget. They're limited by their location, their parking lot. They're limited. So there's only they can only service so many people, right? What we want to do is we want to not only have the ability to remember the information, we want to have the capacity to take it all in. Does that make sense? The third qualifier is uncanny instinct. Uncanny instinct. You ever been around somebody that's just so, their timing is always impeccable. Like their timing is impeccable. We were watching football, man, last night, Cardinals and Raiders, and to have a quarterback in the pocket and for that person to know somebody's coming this way, because it ain't like your peripheral vision is, available, right? You're limited. You can only see so much. And to know somebody's coming, I can't go here. I got to tuck because I'm about to get hit. It's uncanny. Now, granted, years and years in doing it, but still, like just to know when and when not to it's mind-boggling to me, right? But we all have some uncanny instinct in some area of our life, somewhere. Now, maybe in other areas, we're not the most, instinctive. Our touch, our feel, our timing is a little bit off. But man, oh man, when it comes to this area right here, you become special. And then the last thing is you have a pre-established aptitude for knowledge. That means that you were born with this knowledge base. It's almost like being a superhero, right? And let's say you get hit by the radioactive gamma ray. right? When you like a teen, and then something happens in your life, and at that moment, you like fly in the air. And you're like, wait a minute. I got this? I got this ability? I have this power? So here it is, you were born with some special ability, and now we're just waiting for life to engage so that it can bring it out of you. So everybody has a genius level talent. The next thing is your passion. I like to talk about passion in this way. What is the one thing that you would do for the rest of your life to benefit all of humanity? I'll say it again. What is the one thing that you would do for the rest of your life to benefit all of humanity, regardless of compensation? I'll say it one more time, but make it even more real. If I said, I got all your bills, wherever you want to eat, shop, wherever you want to travel, I got you. I got you. All you got to do is say, Marv, I'm going to do this. I'll wire you the money. What are you going to do that's going to help other people 5 to 6 days out of the week? What is that? That's your passion. So what you're good at and what your passion is are two totally different things. What you're good at and what you love are two totally different things. Another example and way I talk about passion is this. And this is like a dark example, but it works. The person who abuses drugs, right? They know they're going to lose. They know they're going to lose. If I get high tonight, I'm going to compromise my family. I'm going to compromise relationships. I'm going to compromise my money. I'm going to compromise my profession, my work. I'm going to compromise a lot of things that mean a lot to me. I'm going to compromise my house, my car. I'm going to compromise a lot. But I want to do it because getting high is awesome. This is from a person who abuses drugs perspective. It's not mine. I don't want you being like, yo, Jawan, your boy just said getting high is awesome. You handle that. But they do it because they're addicted to the high. Sounds bad, right? But what if I said you were addicted to the high of music? You were addicted to the high of educating young people. You were addicted to the high of helping or restoring animals. You were addicted to the high of restoring people. You were addicted to the high of coaching somebody up through a tough time. You were addicted to the high of building up a house for somebody and giving them stability and shelter and giving them hope that they have. What if, man, where's your passion? I'm telling you, man, when it comes to purpose, I'm passionate about it because I know that we all have one. We're all hardwired, engineered, and designed a specific way. We've all seen certain things in our lives for a certain reason. I talk about purpose so much because I remember when I graduated college, one of my mentors named James Piazzi, he rolled up on me. He says, Marv, what are you about to do now that you're about to graduate? I said, I have no idea. Luckily, I got a job at Concordia in admissions. And my identity was wrapped up in that. I was a former athlete. My identity was wrapped up in that. I'm an admissions person and I used to play basketball. Well, what are you going to do with your life, Marv? Nah, I'm going to go to work tomorrow. It's not my purpose. That's not why I was created. That's not why I seen what I seen when I was younger. I seen what I seen when I was younger. I seen what I seen at that present day for a reason. But I didn't have the clarity to understand it. So the goal is to see, can I reach a level of clarity so I can figure out what my purpose is? Your purpose is, in some level, to be a RA. But on another level, it's to be something bigger, greater. You got to figure out what that is. That's your success mechanism. That's your cheat code. Life tough as it is. Life is tough. Why wouldn't you use the cheat code you have? It's like your back is against the wall. You got one weapon that you've been mastering your whole life. Your whole life. You've been mastering this one weapon with this one move. Life get heavy, life get hard, life get heated, and then you try to use some other weapon that you ain't used in years. That's what a lot of people do. No, everybody who's successful is doing one thing that they've been doing, that they've mastered. Master it. Does that mean it's going to be easy? It's going to be exciting every day? No, it's going to be mundane. You know how many times I've been in the mirror with the fan on in the bathroom, reciting the same lines over and over and over again? Over and over and over again for an hour plus. You haven't ever talked so long and so hard you start sweating? So I'm practicing that hard. I'm like, become, dream, declare, commit, succeed, life is over and over and over and over again. It ain't fun. But man, when I can get in here in front of you all and I can flex a little bit, say a couple jokes, make you laugh, these ideas popping in my head, I ain't got to worry about, did I miss that? Did I miss? No, everything is coming through smooth. The concentration levels are high. I'm in the zone. I'm locked in. The chi is deep. I'm good. Because I was working on my craft and I get an opportunity to come here and exercise it in front of you. Oh man, this is like, it's like flying. It's nothing greater than this. For me, you might be like, Mark, I'd rather go, I don't know, sell a boat. You go sell your boat. I want to speak in front of 100 plus people and talk to them about why they were designed, why they were created the way they are. To help them understand that everything that you've been through, all your highs and lows, your peaks and valleys, is for a reason. Some things trying to get your attention. So now what is our perspective? Our perspective is everything is working in our favor because we made a decision a long time ago. This is what I want to do with my life, or this is what I want to do for this semester. So everything is working in your favor. So now you start to understand that your highs and lows, I remember told you, we start with the highs and lows, but they eventually disappear. We understand that everything that is happening in your life is trying to tell you something about yourself. It's trying to strengthen you and get you stronger for something down the road. How many of you are in this room in terms of the students? How many of you all have children? Okay. I don't know what that was about. But assuming that you want to have children, or assuming you're going to be in a field in which you're going to have to deal with children or work with children, a lot of what you're going through is preparing you for that. Everything you're going through is preparing you for that. So all of my insecurities, all my doubt, all that stuff, it was getting me ready for my 11-year-old son who's going to be a teen soon. When he goes swimming, he don't want to take off his shirt. Little dude. Like, Mark, we going swimming. Why you got a shirt on? He's like, because I ain't taking off my shirt. That's why I got a shirt. He got jerseys, man. He won't wear the jersey. He got the NBA swingman jersey. He won't wear it without a T-shirt. Because he's got some insecurities he got to deal with. It's okay. It's okay, though. Because Pop had a bunch of insecurities. Pop still got some. But I'm working through them. And because what I'm working through, I can rap with him. And he can listen to me. And he gets it. He's like, man, I can listen to you because I can feel you. I can feel the intention. I can feel that you've been through what I've been through, so I can listen. But if you ain't been through nothing and you want to acknowledge what you've been through and you're trying to help somebody, people can feel that. They're like, man, go on somewhere, man. You ain't even really, you just rapping. You just talking to me. You can't feel me. So that's why we got to go through these things, man. And we got to go through these hardships and we got to go through these moments where we feel embarrassed, where we feel anger, when somebody challenges us. We got to go through it from time to time because there's something down the line that we're supposed to do on a higher level, and we got to be ready for it. And this is what you guys have signed up for, to be RAs, to be challenged, to be pushed so that you can get bigger, faster, stronger, more explosive, so you can eventually flex, right? So down the line, somebody could say, man, you're exceptional at how you lead. You're exceptional in how you push people. You're exceptional how you mentor. You're exceptional in how you give support and accountability. You're exceptional in how you are honest with your honesty. You're exceptional in how you challenge people and encourage people. Why? It's like, I'm built for this, man. I don't know if I can explain all of it to you, but I'm built for this. So what is flight? Flight is the perspective that all things are necessary to a fulfillment through clarity and purpose. I give you an analogy. Hopefully I don't fall down. Does this move? It does? Okay, so I'm weak, huh? Because I tried to move it and it didn't go anywhere. Had to put some muscle into it. So this is the analogy that I give you when we talk about flight. You leave out of your house. You got somewhere to go. You left early. You got up early. You left early, you're on good time. It takes you about 20 minutes to get where you got to go. You left about an hour early. I mean, you're going to get there in more than enough time, right? You went to the Starbucks line. The Starbucks line, wasn't nobody in there, man. You cruising, man. You feeling good about yourself, too. And you got on your favorite outfit, all right? Then you hit traffic. See, from when you hit traffic in the car, all you can see is the traffic. You can't see where the collision start. You can't see how far it is. You don't know if it's a mile down the road. You don't know if it's immediate. You don't know. So when you in the traffic, that's all you can see is what's in front of you, right? There's people in the back, I can't see them. I see you handsome and pretty young ladies and women and all that, but I can't see what's in the back. But see, that's where the grounded view. But see, when I'm in flight, I hope I don't fall, bro. Nope. Nah, I just do it with this right here. All right. What if I had failed and then went through the glass? Then it would be all bad. That's how I whine and I laugh. It can't just be this. It's got to be like, yeah, like what if I fell through the glass and then the pitchers hit me on the way out, something. But this is what it looks like to be in flight. I can still see the traffic, but I can also see the breakthrough. So as you start going through what you're going through, you want to have in mind, I know it's bad now. It's tough now. I'm being challenged. I'm being pushed now. But I can see the breakthrough. And here's what's going to happen. Some people in your life that are grounded, they'll never be able to see life through your lens. They'll never understand it. What you mean the breakthrough? They're coming after you. You're like, they are coming after me. Yeah, they're coming after me, no doubt. But I know that if I can just get through this, right? If I can be clear, if I can quiet the space as much as possible, if I can use my A game, if I can acknowledge it, if I can accept it, if I can appreciate it, and I can move on, right? And then once I understand, and if I get that clarity piece, and if I know that because I have a purpose in my life, everything in my life is working to build me up so that I can fulfill that purpose. Every little instance in life is working to help me fulfill the purpose that I was built for. If I have that understanding, then it don't matter what's coming after me. I got it. I'm going to handle it. Even if I'm beaten down every now and then, even if I'm beaten down and I look like I'm on my last leg, trust me, fam, I got it. I'm going to be all right. I'm going to rise from the ashes and I'm going to be a conqueror when this is all said and done, right? If I can do that, then everything will work itself out, all right? Real quick, I got to start doing stuff like this. So I wrote a book, right, that I don't have with me because I don't have any in stock. He has a copy, but I have a book. It's called Become, and everything that I talk about, it goes into that in great detail. So if you're interested in purchasing the book, on the bottom of the page is my Instagram account. Now the Instagram account is still live. It just ain't on my phone, okay? But if you are willing to, I hate to say the word follow me, but if you're willing to connect via Instagram or whatever, you go to the link and you can purchase the book. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I'm going to eventually get back on social media. So if there's any ways in which you guys want to connect or just, I don't know, if I've said something that you want more understanding on, by all means, shoot me a message or whatever, and I love to talk to young people about this part of their life in terms of helping them to establish their identity and establish themselves in terms of their purpose. And real quick, is there any questions? We only have a little bit of time, but is there any questions? Go ahead.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say, you made my day. I love this speech.
Thank you.
A lot better. I think a lot of people
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I asked you had a book, but now you do, so I'm happy. So I'm probably gonna get that. My question is, when you and Juwan play a game of one-on-one basketball, because he usually wants all the smoke, and I'll take you anytime you want. You guys play,
No, I don't think Juwan, we played open gym together. And one particular time we played open gym together and we ran off, 11, we played 11 straight games and we was beating everybody. But I don't play anymore. I train. And just recently, I had 10 people in front of me. Somebody had to go, so I had to be number 10. And so I had to kind of get in the stance and get going or whatever. But I train a lot, but I ain't trying to shoot. I got a bad back. I'm 40 years old, man. I don't mess around. Any questions as it relates? Any other questions or anything like that? Yes.
You're a really good 40.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Like I should have been more humble. Like, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Nope. I'm giving. Look, I'll tell you the secret to the final youth. Hang around young people. No, I'm not kidding you. Hang around young people, and you'll never, ever lack creativity and inspiration. I'm telling you. I hang around a whole bunch of young people. Juwan is one of my guys. He's one of my guys. You hang around people like that, the youthful energy will stay in you. Somebody else raised their hand. You said, oh, it's okay? Oh, okay. All right, well, listen. Thank you so much. Who did clap before, her or me? Well, look. Thank you so much. You guys have been super, 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 super awesome. Have an awesome rest of the day. And that's it. We're done.